Okay, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 515. Why are magical girls so gay? And this is part 2. In case you weren't here yesterday, we are watching a Noralities video. So as soon as you hear that name, you should be thinking anime and just anything related to sex, sexuality, gender identity, and that's about it. That's about all she does. So, yeah.
In a very confused and wrong manner.
It's a bit strange to get through. There's a lot of times where I just say, yeah, we don't need to listen to this. This is silly. But there's just so much weirdness. And you just keep going. Like, wow, she really has a lot to say, which is nuts. But
yeah, but she doesn't say a lot.
That's true. She just talks a lot.
She talks a lot, but she doesn't say much.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
And I wonder why we keep looking at it.
People vote.
I will never understand your masochism.
You know what? If there's a good video, even from people that we've blocked, that's funny to watch because it's so ridiculous, I'll cover it.
Is this good?
Usually it's bad. Usually they're all bad. That's why we block people. So, but yeah, no, we're halfway done this video, so it's going to be another 2.5 hours roughly of us trying not to scream at the screen, and. That's just, taking lots of breaks, just looking away, and stretching, flexing, whatever we got to do to chill out and get back to the video, because holy hell, it takes a while.
I don't want to get the rum out.
You want to get the rum out? Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
There's nothing
wrong. She makes me.
Nothing wrong with the rum. It's fine.
Well, I'm drinking some Coke, so it'll be rum and Coke.
I don't have any Coke here.
All right. Well,
I'm a purist.
17 minutes and 24 seconds. Yeah, we should be good. So what a great screen to pause on. That's always fun. Seinen manga, which is for girls. Didn't know that. Okay. Anyway, I think we're all on the watch together, right?
I am.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, let's get going.
Lesbians. Usually you can tell at a glance which is which, but not always. And the fact that they're all classed under the same umbrella term as Yuri and there is no real separation between them is kind of annoying.
No, it's fine. That's totally fine. You could have a romance main, like the genre of the storytelling is a romance, but it has elements of science fiction or space opera or any big or larger category. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So
Noralities, with all the homo shit, it depends on what sells and what people are interested in.
Yeah.
In regards to the male homosexual stuff, there are those who are interested in femboys. And there are those who are interested in the brutish, hairy old men gay people. In regards to lesbians, everybody just seems to want the cute girls, and not the big butch ones. That doesn't seem to be that much of an interest in it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, the stuff would be made, because it's not that this is solely for the money. It's also what are the mangaka interested in, and if there is no subgenre in Yuri that focuses on the butch lesbians, then I guess they're not interested in manga, or that nobody is actually interested in the butch lesbians.
Yeah, so we could take any major genre like cyberpunk, and there's all those elements like set in a futuristic world and having holograms everywhere and flying cars. You could just take one of those elements and say, okay, we have cyberpunk light, like flying cars, and that'll be maybe correct. The same way you could have human relationships being male to male or female to female depicted, but it's not a major element. It's just sort of one of the side characters, or it's a theme one episode and that character comes back. That's fine. You don't have to focus on it. So I don't see why she would complain about having multiple genres or subgenres or elements from a genre. It's whatever story you want to tell.
and Noralities. If you're upset that it's only the cute girls and the busty girls that are to be found in Yuri manga or anime, then why don't you make your own with the butch lesbians?
I think,
if you think that is missing so much,
yeah,
maybe there's a niche that nobody ever tapped in, and you can become a millionaire. I mean, we've seen your we had to see your pedophile drawings. They're not that lacking in competence. They're just creepy. So make it yourself.
That requires work.
Well, I don't think she actually wants to draw unattractive things. I think she likes the cutesy boys and girls.
So she wants other people to draw it for her, so that she won't buy it.
She wants to know they exist. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh God.
If anything, she could just write it
on behalf of the phantom audience.
Yeah, well, I don't see how this has been an issue. She likes cute things. She wants sexually cute things. But
the issue is her hypocrisy.
Yes.
I don't know why she's getting so fed up that it's not classified correctly or categorized properly. I don't see what the issue is here. But anyway, it's not a big deal. I'm not sure
she knows what the issue is.
She's inventing.
I think when it comes to the categorization kind of thing, it seems just really simple in Japan, but recently I looked up some categories for books and all that stuff, and it's like this chart and all that. So maybe that's what she's getting at, that she wants it to be like this super specific category.
Right. When you talk about, or we talked about the various style of female reactions to male attraction. So we talk about the tsunderes and the yanderes and all these variations. That would be nice to know when you're reading a romance comedy, because like what can I get out of this? Is this going to be a bunch of cute girls obsessing over a guy like a harem? No, you're going to have this girl and that girl and this girl, and they have different attitudes and different personalities, and they react differently. It's like, okay, good to know. I'm not going to be shocked, and I want to know who that character is going to be. So it's not obnoxious. They're not all a bunch of tsunderes. That would drive me nuts. You know, it just all like a lot of unbelievability just suddenly hits me. Like, I'm not going to read that. So I want to know beforehand. If it's purely romance, then great. Give me all the classifications and all the characters that do this or that. But that's specific. That's very specific. With mixing genres, it's like whatever. Do whatever you like. I don't care.
I think a problem we ran into last time is that on the one hand, she complained about Yuri stuff going sexual, but on the other hand, she complained about so-called pure stuff that had no sexuality in it, that was just romance. So it never went anywhere. So what is it you want?
Okay. Well.
Howler?
I was just saying, no matter what, you're wrong. That's what it is.
No, you can't please her.
Maybe she's being contrarian.
No, I don't think she notices that.
I think she's just has her thing she's into, and she's like, oh, why doesn't the world revolve around me and my idea? And she just
but she doesn't know what her idea is, because I've other people like her that I've run into. They don't want this thing and don't want that thing and complain about that thing over there and this thing over here. And then you ask them, well, what would you actually want? What would be the perfect thing that you want? And then they just tilt and can't give you an answer. And then they do random stuff, usually passive-aggressive.
Yeah, well...
She doesn't... I don't think she has the answer of what she actually wants.
Yeah, if it was
she just said, doesn't want this and that over there.
If it was a character-related behavior, like, oh, this person is so playing hard to get in this romance, or this person is way too aggressive with their sexuality, or coming on way too hard, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that's probably obvious to criticize because it's so over the top. So maybe if they tone that down, it wouldn't be, I don't know, as offensive. But in some cases, like I talk about Komi-san, everyone in that story, except for the main character who's friends with Komi-san, is nuts. Like, they're over the top. So if you take that away, you'd have this milquetoast kind of boring not too compelling story of a bunch of quirky characters going to high school who are semi-interested in the very attractive shy girl. So it's
I think it's still very wholesome in the first chapters where all these other characters aren't there.
Oh no, it is wholesome.
It's just a cute. It's a cute, wholesome story. I think it would work without all the other obsessive characters.
Oh yeah, the comedy. Like if you're reading it nowadays, they just finished a 2-part comic of Among Us, where everyone's playing Among Us, and Komi-san's one of the murderers, and it's hilarious. But
I gotta see that.
It's so quirky and fun, and that's the thing you expect. So if they just took that away and went pure. Like the father falls in love with the guy, and you're just like, what? It's crazy. So there's all these silly things happening. So if they just made it boring and simple, I'd be like, well, it's fine. Didn't really do much for me. So I'd want to have characters who represent an idea, and I want to see where the artist and the writer takes that idea. I don't want it watered down. I don't want it simplified. I want them to be realistic characters. And a lot of those characters aren't realistic, but they're believable enough that they can play around with how realistic they are. So you'll have a guy with a brightly blue-colored mohawk who gets barely any screen time, but he's in the background somewhere doing whatever punky things. So it's like window dressing at that point. So at certain points, if it's too big, you don't want to be too loud. If it's too small, you can go crazy with it because it's in the background anyway. But these are elements in stories, not necessarily sexual elements or what have you. For stories related to children or for young adults, you don't do too much with the sexuality anyway. Anyway, here we go.
Like, for instance, if you're perusing through the genre, on the same shelf, you may find mixed together My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, an autobiographical josei manga, Sweet Blue Flowers, Yuri, Other Side Picnic, or something like Chirality. So I actually ground through the Wikipedia listing of definitive Yuri works to try and figure out how they were split demographic-wise. And on that list of 91 titles, along with 2 other titles I didn't include because they were multi-classed, 36 didn't have a listed demographic. Seinen accounted for 28, Shonen 12, Shoujo 9, and Josei.
How much free time do you have?
And if you remove the 36 that aren't classed as
not enough to actually
Seinen makes
make
up over
money
half
with
that
something
list.
productive.
Now, to be clear, this is a very small pool of numbers that I'm pulling from, and I'm sure that in a larger, more comprehensive study, those percentages would absolutely be different. And at the end of the day, I can only speak for myself. But
that was a lot of work for nothing.
Extremely frustrating to be a queer woman looking for works about and made by other queer women.
What are you talking?
Make your own, you fucking idiot!
You just said there's like 50% seinen. Like, what do you want? Do you want 59? Do you want 100? Like, what is the problem here?
I think she wants everything to like these equality obsessed idiots. She wants all the slices of the pie to be the same size.
I don't understand. Like, why though? Like,
regardless of how many people even want that subsection, like the 4% subsection. Okay, there's very few people who want that.
Yeah, but there's
very few people who make that because there's a very few people who want that.
Yeah, but this is arbitrary. Like, yeah,
it's usually representative of the demographic that wants the stuff.
Yeah, she counted 36 manga that were purely one Yuri genre or whatever, and she says these are more adult, these are less adult, these are whatever. And you're like, and what is your point? You've counted them, okay? Is there a problem? Are you not finding, out of those 12 or 18 or so odd seinen manga, is that not to your liking? Like, what is the problem? She hasn't addressed it. She just counted them.
Why do you go by a Wikipedia list?
Well,
why don't you go by AniDB or whatever other website that I don't know? Because there's so many at this point.
I was reading the list. I did not see Monster Girl Wrestling on there. So the list is wrong.
I'm not even sure what her point is. I counted a bunch, and here's my pie chart of 2 or 3 things I counted, and I'm like, and what are you trying to establish? What is your point?
I think she's just trying to sound smart.
I don't know what she's trying to get at. Like, what? Why did you do that?
Data from a biased subset. Okay.
Yeah, I could
An
count.
incorrect?
I could count all the
subset.
mangas I read, and they have certain categories and classes. And I'm like, this is what I read, and you're like, thank you, Smud Boy. What is your point? I'm just telling you. Like, I don't care. Like, why are you telling me? This is a waste of time.
Yes, why are we watching
Only to
this?
have the majority of works in that space be taken up by men making works fetishizing queer women. I'm not saying that you can only...
Noralities, what the fuck are you doing?
You fetishize
What the
little
fuck
boys.
are you
Yeah.
doing if not fetishizing lesbians? You want to see lesbian romance. You want to see lesbian fucking, even if you say you don't. You even want to see gay underage boys fucking. You are drawing underage boys fucking. You do not get to talk about fetishization. You are a fetishist. The snake eyes in this picture are rather fitting here, I believe. Fucking hell. Aula, you wanted to say something?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with her. You know, her drawing the porn and all that.
Yeah.
Like, how dare men talk about women who are attracted to other women? I mean, why? Why would a man ever want to fetishize that concept?
See, Noralities, if you were an actual lesbian, you would enjoy this stupid comedy lesbian jokes in Girls Bravo with the big tits. But you don't,
Yeah,
because you're not a lesbian.
you
You're
think-
just some fetishist who likes to see underage boys fucking.
It's another thing outside of that, because she's saying, oh, men can't do this. And I'm like, why not? Men creators can't make manga for girls that like this stuff as well? Why not? As you said, if she
Isn't that
actually
the
liked...
the Utina guy?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
That allegedly is a man who made lesbian romance
Right,
stuff.
but to her, if only it was made by a woman, then I'd like it? Is that what she's getting at?
I don't know.
I'm a little lost here, because I don't really care who
Sometimes
makes
she
it.
cares, sometimes she cares,
Yeah,
sometimes she doesn't.
What is...
It's kind of hard to keep up with her
She's
differing.
complaining that men fetishize women. It's like, and? Is this the writer's fault?
fetishize
Like, what?
Noralities, just because you're not attractive doesn't mean that nobody will love you. Somebody will even fall for your craziness. I hope that doesn't happen, because that will be a very sorry life.
All right.
Bloody hell, there's
Anyway.
someone out for everyone.
Her points are...
May God have mercy on his soul.
They leave much to be desired for meaning. I'm just lost as to what she's saying half the time. So, anyway, let's keep going.
only like what your target demographic is, or that only men can write and consume seinen. Some of my favorite anime period are Yuri titles like Bloom Into You, which is a shonen manga written by a woman, and Revolutionary Girl Utena, a shoujo anime directed by a man.
So, Noralities, why the fuck are you putting up straw men all the time?
She just wants to complain.
Go away!
But it's because of all these extenuating factors that I can't say I'm really a fan of Yuri as a whole.
Why do
Hey,
you
isn't
not
the
just
citrus
enjoy
one-
the
it's-
fucking product?
What
Why
factors?
do you care who makes it?
What-
Why don't you just fucking read the manga and enjoy it? And if you don't like it, you put it aside. Why do you care what the author, what the artist has dangling between the legs? What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking sexist?
Isn't that citrus one an incest porn?
Oh, I have no idea.
No idea.
I just... Is the only extenuating circumstance that they're created by men? Is that it? I can't understand.
Unless she likes it, then it's okay that men do it.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
She likes Utena, right? But she doesn't like the genre as a whole. I'm like, what?
No. She doesn't like the sexy comedy stuff with busty girls.
Okay. I'm just very lost as to what she's trying to say, and I'm just like past minute. I'm like, huh?
I think she's just jealous of busty girls.
I don't know anymore.
It's coming off to me that she's jealous as well.
Of what though? I just
bustiness. She's flat as a chicken. She's flat like Al Bundy's neighbor.
I think she's just jealous of women in general. Just like she just like I kind of got tongue tied. Like, does she? She's like, why are you looking at the anime girls? Look at me, and I want to only be the one that looks at the anime girls. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna keep going. I just can't fathom exactly what she's trying to say, and it's not helping me. So I'm just gonna keep. Just keep
Axon Zero says in Citrus it's stepsisters.
All right, good enough.
That's usually the cop out. It's the 5,000-year-old loli cop out.
Yeah.
All right.
And while that is annoying, in general, it bothers me a lot.
What's annoying? You didn't say anything.
Period are Yuri titles like Bloom Into You, which is a shonen manga written by a woman, and Revolutionary Girl Utena, a shoujo anime directed by a man. But it's because of all these extenuating factors that I can't say I'm really a fan of Yuri as a whole. And while that is annoying, in general, it bothers...
Are you annoyed at yourself? Like, what are you talking about?
I have no idea what she's annoyed at now.
Me a lot less than some of the other alternatives out there. What feels worse, to me at least, is when an author or company will pretend that they're going to include substantial LGBT representation.
Oh my fucking
You are not substantial.
Queerbaiting. I love this
If there's anyone here, if there's anyone in the room not being substantial, it's you. There's tons of manga with homosexual romance and with trans shit that has more story than you can ever shit out of your ass. Noralities. You don't know anything. And you wouldn't know a good story if it bit you. My god, you try to see the gay everywhere. That's why you don't see the worth in Lord of the Rings, because you just want to see Sam and Frodo have gay sex.
Yeah, and if there's no gay sex, then it's misogynist because there's no women having gay sex because there's no women.
Yeah, it's like, you tell me what good representation would be, because honestly, before you fucking SJWs came onto the plan, the whole representation bullshit, that a word that nobody fucking used, was covered well enough. I found plenty of the stuff that I was into. I don't even understand. I still do not understand what it even is that you want.
Yeah, there's plenty.
I think the closest thing I can imagine is that what you want is that everybody reads the same shit that you like. And starts to like the gay stuff. That won't happen. Just like you won't start liking the stuff that others like that you don't like. Because you actually don't have taste.
Yeah, this is a weird...
You don't have humor.
This is a weird argument. As far as I can tell, first, it's the creators aren't making stuff for her that happen to be also male, for whatever reason. And the genre she wants, like she wants the manga or the anime to be loaded with like gay and lesbians and trans and whatever. Just completely all about that. Like she's not enough of that or any of it. And she
wants it in the face of every normal consumer.
Yeah, it's not in like an episode of like whatever she likes, I guess. And I guess that's a problem. I don't get it. I'm not sure exactly what her argument is.
I think she would be more happy if Naruto had a continuous gay subplot that is in every other episode.
I can't narrow down exactly what she's asking for, aside from there's a lack of gay or lesbian or something in general manga and anime. I'm like, that's fine. That's
as well as of the very kind that she wants that she isn't defining.
Yeah. Okay.
While intending to never actually do so.
What?
In a word, queerbaiting.
What?
See, I knew it. It's coming.
Go away.
Is a marketing technique used to hint at the inclusion of gay elements without actually committing to anything substantial.
Wait a second. Wait,
Okay,
wait,
the
wait.
first gay character is funny.
Wait
They
a
do
second.
that like every other year.
Okay, so she's complaining that stories have gay characters, but not enough gay characters, or not enough of the gay content in the story.
I think it's more that Disney kept saying they have the first one over and over again
Yeah, but
as a way of.
This
Yeah,
is
because these idiots keep falling for
this
it.
is a movie. This is an anime.
That's true.
Is she speaking in general?
Now, she's just yet now speaking in general of the term queerbaiting, which is something that doesn't happen in anime, in Japanese media.
All right, never mind.
In
I
Japanese
thought
media, it's either the character is obviously gay or not.
I thought this was about magical girls. What the fuck's going on?
I don't know anymore.
I don't know.
Wait, is that Mike Testa?
Yeah, it took him a while to talk.
Indeed.
Oh, I didn't know you were here.
He's the
Oh,
wisest
it's
of us
nice
all.
meeting you.
He's very smart. Not to open his mouth half the time.
Yeah, his avatar upgraded to 3D
Oh, that's cool.
and shading.
Anyway,
I still don't know what it is.
let's try and wrap our brains around whatever the flying hell she's trying to share with us right now.
This allows writers to draw in queer audiences who are totally starved for mainstream representation without alienating conservative viewers. Writers may create enough textual evidence for a queer reading, but never anything explicit enough where the series can't maintain plausible deniability, and that won't totally fly over the heads of people.
Why do you need that to be in the mainstream?
Why do you want Star
You are
Wars?
an absolute minority
Yeah.
that has no reproductive future. Why do you need to be seen everywhere?
Why do you want the main characters of a major motion franchise to be gay? Like, what's the point? What does that do? Imagine if Luke Skywalker was not into Princess Leia or whatever. He was into Han. Like, what? So, what? Like, do you think they're going to have like on-screen romance? Do you think that would work in the late 70s for kids? I don't think.
You think
so.
that would draw in the audience?
People would be like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah.
With their 70s
You know what?
haircuts.
Noralities. You know what you have? You have queer cinema. And do you know what queer cinema is? Porn.
Jeez.
90% porn. Our local cinema had, under the old owner, had that, I think, monthly. He had queer cinema night, and a girl I was regularly going to the cinema with for the big movies, for the art movies, for the documentaries. Like the cinema was running everything. It was running screenings of the Bolshoi ballet. It was running Monty Python. It was running classical German crime thrillers that were made for TV originally, and that have huge fan bases in Germany. So that guy thought, hey, let's put the best episodes on the big screen, and he got a full house every time. Even screened football matches in the cinema because you got the big screen and you got the big audience. Was a huge success. I don't know what the guys that have it now do, but she always wanted me to go to the queer cinema with her because I don't know, she has a fetish for that. She's not gay as far as I'm aware, and I always said no, I don't want to see that. I'm not interested in that. I'm mainly repulsed by most of that stuff. I can't empathize with that, as strange as that may sound to anyone who knows me. So eventually, we went, and it was porn, and I left because it's just a waste of my time, and I find it disgusting.
Well, let's think in terms
Because
of...
that's what queer cinema is. It's porn.
Let's think in terms
and it
of...
fills the room with gay people that want to watch gay porn on the big screen.
Well, let's get back to the presumption that she wants like major productions like Star Wars to have more sexual elements. So imagine we just have more romantic scenes with Leia and Luke, or Han and Leia, or whatever, right? You'd be like, why are we doing this? Why are there 10 minutes dedicated to just flirting and all this other nonsense? Like, what's the point? We have a galaxy to save. We have things blowing up around us. This is really not the time to get to know each other in this romantic setting because it just doesn't fit very well, let alone quickly enough to get the story going.
Yeah, and the prequels. Sorry.
Yeah, the prequels are another whole ball of yarn.
I actually, my least favorite parts were the romance.
They were
I was about to say that.
poorly done. Yeah, they were shockingly bad. But like, why would you add that for the sake of I want romance in my space opera? It's like it doesn't work that well. It can. You could tie it in there. I guess you could say even The Fifth Element did something like that, kind of stupidly. But you want to watch a romance. Go watch a romance. It's out there. They're out there. There's all kinds. You don't just shove it down another genre or another thing because it's popular. That's silly. You're going to alienate, you're going to piss off your audience, as Star Wars has done for many other reasons. But, you know, that would never have taken off. Star Wars would never have taken off if they had a heavy dose of romance, whether it was gay or otherwise. So kids would be like, what's going on? Why is this boring shit happening? Adults would be like, this is probably not the right time to be having a romantic scene. Everything was quick and easy and fast. The flirting was...
I really hate sand.
Well, that was just retarded. So
Yeah, but imagine DOT had that. That A New Hope had that kind of romance scenes. Like,
can you imagine Han talking to Leia?
Do you think Star Wars had taken off?
No.
With half an hour of that?
Everyone would be laughing at the actor who plays Han Solo. They'd be like, dude, your career is over. What are you doing with those
Leia. It's rough. It's coarse. It gets everywhere.
And there were so many dumb scenes that were edited out. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Because Lucas had nice ideas in theory, but was unable to put them on screen, or they don't work on screen. They just sound nice, or they work well when you write them as a book, but not on screen.
Would have liked to have seen the big scene though.
The what?
His friend, like the friend he meets later in the movie. That he was in a deleted scene. I would like to have seen that scene.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you don't just throw in genres and smash them together because like, what's her argument? Because representation, or I don't know.
She's just obsessed with representation. All these fuckers are obsessed with representation, and what they mean is, show me personally, I want to be in the spotlight, the way that I want it, exactly like I want it. That's what they mean with representation. They want to be able to narcissistically project themselves personally. If that is not possible, then the representation has failed, no matter how gay it is.
I add to that too. I was thinking that too, but I also think they want to, like, live out that experience as well, and all that, because we're kind of under the assumption that nobody likes Noralities and all that. So she probably wants not only herself inserted in the story, but she also kind of like wants to live out the story. Like that's how she thinks she would live out the story.
To be the hero, to be loved.
Yes.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's what the projection is for.
Yeah, I don't even know. She's not being very clear. She's just saying, I want representation. I'm like, in what way? How?
Make your own manga. Self-insert yourself, you bloody Mary Sue.
Anyway, let's
do it.
Let's try. We're gonna be for a few hours, if not tomorrow, because this is hard to read.
No, please, we can finish this.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Already been half an hour.
As horrible as Lydia Orchard is, that one at least made a comic with a self-insert Mary Sue, and got the self-fulfillment of the fantasy, of the narcissistic fantasy projection.
I love that you remembered her too. I didn't want to bring her up. I was like, this girl reminds me of Lily.
Oh god,
it's a transgender.
Yeah, I don't.
Orchard, was she the one that?
Wait, Lily actually did go through the surgery.
But it's dressed as a girl.
Surgery, it's not. Surgery doesn't make you trans. It's dysphoria, and that one doesn't have that.
Okay, so that she had the black hair and was complaining about the lolies and all that, wasn't it? trying to remember. Is
It's the one with the. Oh, my Mary Sue self-insert Sith character is gonna marry
No, it's not
Rey
that one.
Skywalker, and then teach her how to be a better Jedi Sith, whatever.
I hope
thing.
Lily doesn't complain about the lollies because she's made fanfic involving underage girls with older women.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway. Let us continue.
Who aren't as tuned into queer signals. For example, there's no way that I could possibly interpret Mint from the 2000 series Tokyo Mew Mew as anything other than a lesbian with a crush on her teammate Zakuro due to scenes like these.
That's just obsession.
Which altogether seems like
Noralities, your problem is that you do not understand the difference between love and obsession. This character acts like a psychopath. She wants to, or a narcissist for that matter, she wants to possess someone, own someone. Like property, like a pet, like an object, like furniture. That's all. That's not love.
And even then, it's like, is that what she wants? She wants an obsessive lesbian woman in some story somewhere? Like, is that the standard you're going with? I don't know.
Isn't that
These characters are
predatory?
pretty cringe. That is pretty cringe humor. And what this is born from is an adoration and what is it? She's putting another character on a pedestal and just wants to be close to that. That is obsession, not love.
All right.
But hey, how would she understand?
If this is what she wants, at least it's something we can understand.
Yeah.
Here's an example. So let's go with that.
pretty substantial
Wisp
evidence
said,
of a
like,
romantic
pet
interest, and if they were a straight couple, this wouldn't even be up for debate. But just because I know in my heart that there's no heterosexual
can you pause real
explanation
quick?
for this,
I just want to say, just because one person feels romantic interest does not mean the other person is obliged to give it.
Yeah.
She may
No means no.
She may as well be a lesbian. It doesn't matter. Like, who cares? We have one obsessive character.
Is Norality an incel?
I don't know.
She sounds like it.
I really.
Yeah, that's it.
I
She's the female version of an incel.
I just want to understand where she's coming from. I don't really care about her fetish itself, whatever or number thereof. She's trying to tell us that this is an example of something she knows is a lesbian, and I'm assuming that's what she wants in stories. I'm assuming, because I have nothing else to work with.
I also had an idea. Well, I thought when Whisp said that she wants to own them like a pet, and it's like, Norality says Jabba the Hutt. And all because Jabba owns people as pets.
I'll make her a slug.
Oh God, no.
But then it should be objectifying women. So
It's okay when women do it.
I guess when it's your sexual fetish, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it shows her. I think it reflects her narcissistic personality.
I just think she's dumb.
And whatever other mental things
I really don't think it's that. I think she's just trying to articulate her feelings, and she's so dumb. She doesn't understand herself, and she's like, "Well, why?"
Those things go hand in hand.
Maybe I don't know. She's just so ignorant of what she's talking about, and then she starts saying, "Well, here's a lesbian, and here's an example I like," and you're like, "Yes, is that what you want?" And she's changing the topic.
She's arguing very, very immaturely.
Yeah.
You have a super chat, by the way.
Oh, boy, let's go. JJJ Madness. Hey, thank you for the 20, sir. That's a lot of money. Therein lies the problem, Smudge. She doesn't care if there are other shows focused on romance. She wants to make every form of media to reflex her warped views of reality. She could care less about consequences. See, let's imagine she gets whatever weird wish it is, like everything is lesbian or gay or whatever. And then she
Nobody
would,
would watch anything anymore, and the industry would die.
oh yeah, but let's just assume that happens. Then
Yeah.
she'd be complaining, oh, you know what? This gay thing is just so it's everywhere. It's not defined clearly. There's not enough gay like subgenres, like older men gay with younger men, or
It's not.
what?
It's not fleshed out well enough.
Yeah, there's not enough detail with the gay scenes. I wish it would last a little, like 20 minutes longer than the 10 minutes. I want more. Like she'd always be nitpicking about the flavor of the gay, the color of the gay, all the nuances, the details. She'd be like, this is not for me. It's just not done well.
And that's what I mean. She would never be satisfied because all she does is this is wrong, that is wrong. She never tells us what she actually wants. And if this is the kind of character that she wants to be everywhere and have the affection reciprocated, that would be cringe because this is the kind of character that is supposed to be comic relief, and it is personally very annoying.
Yeah, I've never seen the obsessed hardcore, like let's get it on, let's get going sort of girl, even with the guys, ever get the guy or ever get the girl. They're always.
Does anyone like these kinds of characters like we see here?
I don't think so. They always used as a joke, and they're always used as just this thing that's like always annoying people.
Yeah.
I can't think of. Maybe there's an example. I don't know.
I actually am holding one right now. The Monster Ball Wrestling, there is a character who obsesses over, and it's Yuri too, is a slime girl obsessing over a Hydra girl. And when Hydra learns about this, she gets chill. She creeps out about the idea of the slime actually liking her and all that. So it was an example of like an obsessive girl and all that. But the two end up being tag team partners.
Slime girls are creatures of culture.
Oh, really? All right. Anyway, let's try and make sense of the next minute as she speaks and says words and puts things on the screen.
Doesn't mean that the creators intended to write it that way.
Yes, they did.
One can make the argument that Mint isn't in love with Sakura, she just idolizes her.
She says she's in love with her. What do you want from her? I love you. I'm obsessed with you. She thinks she's in love.
Well, idolization can be that, but yes, the character can also mistake that herself.
Yeah, she's probably doesn't know or what she's feeling, and she goes crazy.
Well, she's crazy, and she's pretty young herself. She doesn't understand all this feeling crap yet.
And apparently, the creator had no idea what they were doing. They just magically created a character, and they had no intention. They were just, we'll make a lesbian, and she's obsessed.
Yeah, you know what the version is of this when it's all male characters? It's the eternal lackey that does everything and is inspired by the leader.
Yeah. Same with Beauty and the Beast. With what the hell's his name? The subordinate to Gaston, which she mentioned.
I don't remember either.
I can't remember his name, but that's that was the whole joke in the live action that he's really gay for Gaston. I was like, no, he's not.
Speaking of the French, why is this girl okay, but Pepe Le Pew is not? She's just a female version of Pepe Le Pew.
Ooh.
Oh, I remember. What was that whole thing? Pepe Le Pew got banned, but Clockwork Orange was okay.
Fucking the Droogs and Clockwork Orange. Holy shit, that's just... Oh, just Pepe goes, but actual rapists stay okay. Kids
and I never understood that because, for one, Pepe is funny, and he always gets his due.
Oh yes, that's
these
the thing in these comedies is the pervert always gets their dues.
Yeah,
like Johnny Bravo always gets made fun of. That's the point of this show.
It is kind of funny because Pepe Le Pew is aggressive, but he's not like violent. He's just sort of I love, like he's just sort of.
He's a stalker.
He's this crazy skunk, and
he thinks he's taking the game too far.
Right.
Because there is this thing of the hard to get girl, and he thinks the skunk that's not a skunk but a cat with a white stripe of paint on it that got there accidentally. And part of every episode is, well, how does the white stripe get on her this time? That's the first joke in those cartoons. is that he thinks, oh, she's just playing hard to get. He doesn't understand she's not a skunk. Because there's if every time the cat loses the white stripe again at the end of the episode, Pepe loses all interest.
All right.
Because he looks for a mate. He looks for a female skunk.
Yeah.
Here
There was an episode where they reversed it, and Pepe got his stripe painted over, and the girl cat actually liked Pepe, and he didn't like the.
Oh yeah, that was
cat.
funny. That was a
Got his
reverse.
comeuppance.
That was a great funny one.
Yeah.
Not funny in harassment. It's just the pervert is getting messed with now.
Here is JJJ Manis again. Thank you for the 5. Well, that explains it. Annoying people love annoying characters. I don't know. We have no clue.
Oh, I just realized something. Do you understand what that means?
No.
If the cat and Pepe were the same species, they would be a perfect pair.
Huh.
Yes. And I also remember the episode where Johnny Bravo got turned into a woman. He's like,
wow.
I changed for the better. Until the moment he turned right back to a guy and went right back doing it.
Beautiful.
Miss Johnny Bravo.
And this is how these things are good enough fun. But SJWs will never understand that. They don't like it.
Okay.
Just doesn't get in their brains.
Let us continue.
This is how we get scenes that seem, for all intents and purposes, like an obvious declaration of love, yet are just ambiguous enough that they can somehow also be interpreted as just gals being pals. Couple that with
I guess? I don't know. Jumping at
Girls all the time, teenage girls especially, all the time tell their best friends forever that they love each other because they're the bestest besties ever forever, and until next week, until there's another guy.
But this was a scene where she's attacking her and jumping at her and crying, and for whatever.
Yeah,
purpose.
and there's also a translation question because there are words for adoration and support that are often just translated into love.
There's a few words for.
Even though I didn't have too many friends, but even I know girls are a bit more touchy with their friends than boys are.
Yeah. Oh, and then all the fake kisses for greeting each other in the clique.
Yes, just playing.
Yeah.
the fact that the target demographic for magical girls is aimed at children and teens, and it crosses over into the homophobic idea that queer couples are inappropriate to show to children, because they are somehow inherently more sexual than straight characters doing exactly the same thing in the same shows. Which
I don't agree with that.
No. Paula?
I don't agree it's wrong for a kid to know of lesbians.
I think it's okay in the mid-teens with that. But before that, hey, how about first you learn how the normal majority part of the world that you are most likely a part of works before you get confused by the deviant anomalies.
I'm concerned though. Is she saying Sailor Moon is okay because it has that example, or is that bad because there's not enough of it in Sailor Moon?
She's complaining that there's not more of it in general because kids should be exposed to it because it's in her eyes normal. And then we get this face from her avatar. This always embarrassed, insecure, sweating, like, am I saying something bad? Am I saying something embarrassing? I just want to punch her at this point.
She has to reference her SJW handbook to see if that's the right thing to talk about, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's because she knows that she's a fucking pedophile groomer.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. I'm still lost, guys. I still don't know what to say about this person and her argument.
You need bricks in the face for to understand the truth about her.
Yeah.
Should we dig up her horrible drawings?
She needs to paint me a picture of what the hell she wants. That'd be nice, yeah.
Oh, she has done that!
Oh, please. In a video. Anyway, let's keep going.
I don't think she'll put her pedo porn into videos.
Okay.
So, I do have something to say. So, watching the fan dub of Sailor Moon creates Noralities. Watching Goodwill. Wait, what is it called? Peace on Earth and Goodwill Toward Man creates a guy dressed in a Mandalorian costume. So it's. I think I'd rather show them like show the cartoon about World War One. Moon. If this is what these are the results and all that stuff. Have any of you seen that little cartoon
about World War One?
Yeah, there's it was an old MGM cartoon. I watched it as a kid and I always remembered it. All that. And it's where it's talking little woodland animals and you see in the opening shot it's winter. No. It's winter. They're in their little houses, then you kind of make out what the houses are made out of, and they're made out of German helmets. They talk about how.
Sorry, I had never seen this.
You never seen that? Oh yeah,
I
saw that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you know the name of it?
Oh, it's called Peace on Earth. Yeah.
Peace on Earth. Yes.
No,
that was So, oh, you gotta watch it. It's freaking great. That stuff sticks with you and everything. But I also watched Sailor Moon, and I don't even remember anything for Sailor Moon except for Tuxedo Mask and all that. So.
All right. Okay. Well, there are definitely shows out there for kids that deal with more mature themes. That's fine. I just don't know what the flipping hell she's getting at and what the problem is, because she's like, oh, it's not gay enough, but here's an example of where it is gay. But is it a great example, or is that what you want as an example? I'm not sure. She's just pointing stuff out, and I'm like, that's a thing. Yeah. Why is that good or bad? Tell me. And she's spazzing out over it. I'm like, okay. Still lost.
She can't just outright state what she wants, because this face is how she feels internally about it.
I should probably screen cap that face. There we go. All right, let's keep going.
Might be the current state of the Madoka Magica series. Madoka Magica was a 2011 magical girl subversion, and the series is now currently ongoing through several film installations. You can.
I like how I never watched this, but I know what she's talking about.
For the end.
It's mainly remade in better quality.
I look at the image and already I want to rip the cat apart because I feel I don't buy the cutesy art style again.
Every frame of her looks suspicious. Like this looks like she wants to sexually exploit you.
She's about to walk up to the screen.
Ugh.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Anyway, let's not go there.
The anime.
She's looking at you at the other end of the bar.
It is revealed that fellow magical girl Homura is actually a time traveler and originally became a magical girl because she was saved by Madoka in an alternate timeline. And ever since then, she's been stuck in a time loop, reliving the same traumatizing events over and over again.
Oh, she could just die, but she refuses to.
Get up, attempt to save Madoka by changing the future, watch Madoka die, repeat. Get up, attempt to save Madoka by changing the future, watch Madoka die, repeat. We don't know exactly how long she's been doing this, but considering how much it's changed her, we can infer that...
There was a montage by the end when the reveal happened that implies probably a millennium at least.
Yeah, you can come very obsessed
old
with the person at this point.
Yeah, but she's having the Groundhog Day and every Groundhog Day repetition is several weeks, if not months long. She has been doing this for so long. She is literally with an actual functioning backstory, the 1,000-year-old loli. Because she is that old. She has lived that long.
Well,
her body's not grown older, but she has lived that long.
As Noralities,
that's why she is badass. Because she starts out as the wimpy girl that is scared and afraid and doesn't know what to do, and she got stuck in this because of her wish.
As Noralities pointed out, this is what the show is about. It's a subversion of making the realism aspect of the genre, which is good, which is fine, which
This is the
has nothing.
subversion part, but the subversion part is not Homura.
Yeah, which
The
has
subversion part is everything in it.
yeah, which has
That is how gritty and dark it
Yeah,
is,
but-
that the characters repeatedly die.
this-
That is part of the cycle.
but this has nothing to do with what she was previously talking about.
Yeah. No, she's just explaining that, Madoka is a subversion of the genre, and now for no reason she tells us she gives us an explanation of what
Yeah.
happens in the anime, and
Yeah.
when nothing of that relates to anything. Because the only thing is that Homura really likes Madoka, and that's it.
Okay.
It's not sexual love. It's just friendship.
It's
like
been
Sailor
a
Moon.
while. And at this point, Homura is so worn down that saving specifically Madoka has become her only motivation to keep going. Any attempts to save her fellow magical girls are only because of how they relate back to Madoka. At the end, the only
No, it's also because she will never get out of this loop if she doesn't save Madoka. There is no other fate for her. She has wished for this fate.
It's like
The
there's
others don't matter. It doesn't matter who else she saves.
it's like there's a plot she has to focus on, or else she's trapped.
Mhm.
So
There were probably timelines that she just waited out, just like
She
Bill
just-
Murray.
went to get a pizza or something. I don't know. Who cares? I need a break.
Yeah. Yeah, played World of Warcraft.
There you go.
only reason Madoka is able to become a god is because Homura made her the linchpin of all these alternate timelines because she kept rewinding time to save her. The consequences for Madoka becoming a god means that she's no longer even human, and no one, not even her family, can remember her
Oh my god.
except for Homura.
Oh my god.
The existence of Madoka Kaname as we knew her may be gone, but because of her, magical girls will no longer turn into monstrous witches that kill people if they lose hope and give into despair.
Oh my god.
And all things considered, everyone
does
more
that
or
have
less
to do
accepted
with the gay
this as
shit?
the happiest ending
I
you
don't
could
know,
get from such
but
a dark
thanks for
series.
explaining this because I didn't watch
Or
it. And I
at
always
least
wondered
we
what this
thought
was
it
about.
was until the
Yeah, and now you got it spoiled because this is the conclusion revealed in the last 2 episodes.
So the past minute, she just described the plot of the show. Or for one character of the show. It's like, great, thanks. What's your point?
yeah.
Again, she's
and
wasting her time.
there was no fucking point to bring this spoiler into your video for people who haven't watched Madoka yet.
She could have talked about frickin' Neon Genesis for all I care and be like, this is a story about a robot, and it's really an angel, and it's a dead angel, and the guy goes into the robot. It's like, yes, thank you.
No, it's worse than that. Because she just spoiled the twist. It's
Yeah.
like it's like imagine the Game of Thrones show was good, and someone who really likes Tywin Lannister in the first season, and then you tell that person, oh yeah, and he's gonna be shot to death on the toilet by Tyrion at the end of season 4. Like, thank you. Now it's shit.
Yeah, well.
Two things.
There was no reason to put this here.
Let's hope she's building up to something, because this is getting a little silly.
Oh wait, before you start, you got another super chat.
Oh, dear. Alex, hey, hello. How's it going, Alex? More spoilers. Homura then becomes the villain. Okay.
Oh, fuck off.
wanna-
I need to see the other room for a moment.
I was doing the one by JJ Madness. Well, that explains it. Annoying people love annoying characters.
Oh, I already read that one. That's okay.
What a
Oh,
deep,
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
what a deep thing she was talking about. Unfortunately, why is it in the shitty video?
She'll hopefully connect this to something in another minute, because that's all. The only hope I have is to hope for the next sentence she utters connects something and has some point. Okay, here we go.
2013 film, appropriately named Rebellion, directly continued the anime's storyline. In a shocking twist, the film ended with Homura overthrowing Madoka. Homura forcibly rips away Madoka's
Man, you were just
godhood
spoiling
and
this
ends up
entire
taking it
thing.
for herself. And in doing so, this turns her into the actual devil. So that was like a lot for the last 10 minutes of that film.
Yeah, that's great.
Homura then goes on to explain that her reason for doing this was because of her feelings for Madoka.
Oh my god.
A feeling that no one else in this world could possibly understand. Love. In a small poll of about 2,000 people on Best
What's your
Yuri
point?
Anime from 1989,
What's your
How
point?
actual old are those
Madoka
kids, though?
Magica was
Like,
ranked at number
children say
1
love all
at
the time.
231 votes, beating out revolutionary girl Utena by a scanty 30 votes. So it's generally agreed that Madoka Magica is pretty gay.
How? What are you
And
talking?
they've seen like best friends.
What are
You
you
love someone
talking
in a
about?
non-romantic way.
What? How? This? Oh. Because the reason for doing everything, which is to kill or defeat her friend whom she loves, was love. Therefore, gay? Where's the gay sex? Where's the gay romance? Where's the gay feelings of longing and lust and whatever? Do you understand what gay means? Do you understand what the show was about?
No, I don't think so. She's conflating like gay with like just the emotion of like needing to protect or care for someone and all that. She doesn't know what love is.
That's
I'm
it.
sorry.
This has nothing to do with
This
homosexual romance. Nothing.
Can you clearly?
I don't know what she's getting at. Like, this is so dumb. She's projecting so hard, and you're like, no, that's not what happened in the story. You just showed us what happened in the story. She was fighting with her. She became the devil. She defeated the person she loves, and then she goes, I did all this for love. And you're like, it's not gay sex. It's not gay love. It's nothing. That's just a reason to do all this shit. She could have said, I did this all for amusement. I really like cornflakes, and you know, I've waited a millennia going in and out. I couldn't find cornflakes anywhere in my area. I had to travel around the world. It was all out of stock. Then I became the devil, and I got cornflakes back. You're like, what? This does not connect. These plots do not connect to your hypothesis that this is a gay story about gay sex or gay romance or a gay relationship or whatever. This is so dumb. It's like she doesn't even know what she's talking about. Go read a book about romance. Then all you got to do is once you read that, you say, what if that other person was not a male or a female, and all of a sudden it's a gay romance? That's all you got to do. Then you might say, okay, that's what the setting and the behavior of a couple would be if they were gay. Exactly the same if they were not. Not they become the devil and are in a time loop and are doing this because they're obsessed with getting out of the time loop or whatever. Oh my, it's like her brain is like become fermented with anime and it's all she could think about. And she thinks this is love. You're like, what? No.
What is love?
Joe Crazy. It's obviously gay. This random fan poll said so. Yeah, it's fantastic. I just don't get it.
Except that it might not be. In an interview,
Wait a second. Are you fucking...
girl Utena by a scanty 30 votes. So it's generally agreed that Madoka Magica is pretty gay.
Okay, so it's pretty gay.
Except that it might not be.
Okay, so what the fuck are you doing with our time here? Why are you wasting our time? What is the point of this video? Do you have a point? Or are you just making shit up at this? Like, what are we doing? Oh my god, this is so stupid. All right, do we want to stop now or do we want to keep going? I don't know what to do.
I want to keep going. Keep going.
We're so close.
Yeah, let's keep going.
We got 8 minutes or 9 minutes more of...
We do this. If you like, just let her talk for like 2 minutes.
I don't know what she's talking about. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. This is so silly.
In an interview with the head writer, Gen Urabuchi, when asked outright, is Homura in love with Madoka, his response was, probably. And when prodded further with a follow-up question, why did you choose to portray a homosexual love, he went on to clarify that, I don't think it is that special. A really strong
Okay, so the
friendship
actual
turns
writer
into
is
a
saying...
love-like relationship without the sexual attraction in their case. And it's like, what does that mean?
Exactly what he
means
said.
best friends.
He actually explained it very well.
It's not homosexual love, you freaking blind and deaf person who are so blinded by her own goggles of gay or whatever the hell she's seeing through.
You can love someone without wanting to fuck them.
Why is this so hard to grasp? What do you want, woman? What is the problem here? This is so stupid. Like, she is literally confused of her own ignorance or stupidity. She's like, why did he say that? That doesn't make sense. It's like, yes, it does. The plot follows it. She becomes an obsessive monster who lashes out at the thing causing her to be in a time loop or whatever. I think you might be a bit obsessed if you're stuck in hell for hundreds and hundreds of years. Why is this complicated? What did you want them to have a sex scene at the end? Like, what was the problem? Like, what is going on here? All right, the next minute. Here we go. 25 minutes in. We have till 33 minutes and a half. 8 minutes left. All right.
Only just 5 minutes. Might be an ad at the end.
Yeah, right. With her, who knows?
Homer uses Ayo to describe her feelings for Madoka, one of the strongest ways to declare your love for someone in Japanese. What do you mean, probably? I have been waiting for this follow-up.
So she said one word, therefore it's the most sexual form of love there. Are you?
Oh, listener, she said, I've been waiting, so she invested in this and believes she's owed something in return.
Incel.
I turned up the volume so I could listen. I don't know how to start. Because you finally understood what I've been explaining all the other times we've covered Noralities. She does not understand any other sort of love but eros. Every love has to be sexual. She doesn't know what actual friendship is or kinship. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know what going through hell for a friend is. Or going with that friend through hell. Without any sexuality being involved in any of that. There have been people in my life who were like family to me. That doesn't mean I wanted to hump them. Or them me. We just cared about each other as if family. All that she can imagine with that means, oh, you want to fuck each other. And that is the case with all of these people. With Noralities, with Red, with Maggie May Fish, with Lindsay Ellis, and with all of their weird friends. All these they can think about is, it must be sexual. And that is a hallmark, if not one of the hallmarks. That's what a hallmark is. Of narcissistic personality disorder and its derivatives. Because this emotional immaturity has not developed, has never had time or room to develop the comprehension of these other forms of affection, of caring about one another. So they're still mentally, emotionally 5-year-old. Imagine her being 5-year-old, but then her body grows older, but her emotional development doesn't. It doesn't catch on. It's stuck at 5. And then her body grows older, gets into puberty. She gets all the sexual stuff, but she still doesn't understand anything but desire. And that's how she mistakes every form of kinship and friendship with it must be sexual. And that's how we get this shit where she's now invested in, oh, are they going to hump each other? Are they going to kiss? Are they going to kiss? Are they going to kiss?
Here is
like, no.
Alex Halo. They got the okay to make the next movie this year. And again, it's going to be the same thing. The creator is going to do his own, whatever he wants. The motivation is not going to be sexual. It's going to be conflict and obsession and longing and freedom and all kinds of other stuff. I think if a creator and writer knows what he's talking about, it's like, yeah, there's no sexual scenes. It's not sexual. It's like, yeah, you're right. That's fine.
And this is why people like Noralities are horrible to have in your friend circles. Because
Anyway.
they will always just think about having a sexual relationship with the people around.
Yeah.
Or they don't care about them. It's either that or don't care.
Okay. Anyway.
Might I add, is like, might I add, why is Madoka even an example? Made by a guy. She was complaining earlier about guys making these things.
Or not making them.
So,
I want to know why she spoiled all of the twist and interesting stuff about Madoka for Howler now without making a point. There's no reason to bring any of this up.
All right, let's keep going.
She just faps over Madoka. That's all.
I think she's just, honestly, at this point, I think she's just lost and confused. She might have sexual motivations and
like
reasonings,
always.
but I can't. I don't have the knowledge to ascertain what the hell's going on in her brain. I don't think most people do anyway. So,
didn't we already come to the conclusion that she's a scatterbrain? Not as extreme as Maggie.
Well,
not that extreme, but she is.
I think there's a bit of that. Yeah, I just don't know exactly.
There's no through line.
Yeah, there's no major thrust of this video aside from I think this is a thing, and you're like, no, you're wrong. Here's evidence, and you're showing us the evidence. Like, so your conclusion, your hypothesis is incorrect. Your opinion is wrong. Change your opinion. Oh no, it has to be gay. Anyway.
Filmed Rebellion Walpurgis Rising for almost a decade. I don't even know where to begin with this.
Can we stop, please? This is all we're gonna hear.
It's an anime, girl.
I don't know where to begin. Why is it gay?
People need time. People need time to make stuff. They're not there to just shit out medium quality crap every half year for your amusement. Because then we get the MCU.
She is obsessing over whatever, the same way the character we've been watching was obsessing over Madoka. Or
maybe
I'm
that's
sorry,
why
but
she
she's
likes
acting
it.
like this is a life or death situation. It's an anime, girl. Calm down.
But she needs her fix. She needs her drug. She needs her drug, and it's unbearable. It's unbelievable that the creators don't just give it to her instantly. She is like a child. She just wants the next sugar treat. And oh god. I don't even and I cannot imagine that she's ever paid for anything Madoka related that the studio sees a single yen for.
Okay, anyway, let's just try and get this over with. I don't want to bother with arguing this nonsense.
Is Urobuchi just trolling and being vague on purpose?
No.
Is this a reference to Class S literature from the 1930s,
What?
a kind of proto-Yuri that specifically portrayed lesbian attachments as a platonic phase that one would naturally grow out of after graduating from school?
Sure.
Is this a translation issue because
That
the
often
original
happens.
question was asked in German?
Yeah.
English has a lot of different words and umbrella
Oh, go
terms like
away.
queer and gay and sapphic.
No,
Oh my god, this again.
No, this is the
Go
third time
away.
we've seen this.
Okay, take your umbrellas and fuck off. Because chats dance in the rain.
This is so
Be
stupid.
like Mary Poppins and fly away.
Why is the creator doing the thing I wasn't expecting? Why isn't the world revolving around my ideas of what should happen in the future? Why are my feelings not being represented in every little thing I like? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady?
Because you're crazy minority of a minority of a minority that no one gives a shit about, and that's better.
Can you imagine
better
her
that way.
in like art school or art class, and you're talking like, I don't know, about Byzantine art or whatever, or Titian, or some great work.
I don't think she knows what that is.
She must have studied the greats if she was an art degree. She had to have done history. And you go, hey, it's fine. All the beautiful, the bodies and Brini and all these fantastic sculptures. Like, yeah, but there's not enough boobs and tits and.
Those are made by old white men. They don't count.
Oh yeah, all the masters.
I thought all the masters in Europe, the composers and artists and inventors, I thought they were all black.
And women and Asian black women from South
Africa.
Africa. Yeah, exactly. Like Elon Musk. Oh God.
Oh, see the circle closes.
we've invented all these
think
words.
I
Why
would do
can't we make sense of the thing that doesn't happen? I was like, maybe because you're lost.
Yeah.
Because the thing that doesn't happen doesn't exist.
This is so stupid.
So
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
Madoka thing, there was a Yuri joke in the I don't know if it was in the anime. I have manga, and she never brought it up. I assume because the girl who did the joke fell for a guy. All that.
Yeah, well,
So she's actually omitting like an actual Yuri thing in the book. And all that. So it's just something
I wouldn't worry about trying to figure out why she's doing anything at this point. It's hard for me to follow this video, let alone try to understand her brain. So anyway, let's try to. I have a headache, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm just not feeling it.
You wanted to do this.
Well,
You wanted to continue this, and then I
You're
have to
almost
hear
done.
from
Just 2 more minutes.
the
Just-
other room that you wanna cancel it now, abort it.
I can
I
cancel.
feel offended.
Oh, please.
If you want to do the second part, you have to get through it.
Yeah.
We were almost done. Just like 2 more minutes.
Every time she opens her mouth, it's insane. Like, what are you talking about? It's just like
You wanted this. You chose this.
I never voted for this.
Now
What
you
the-
I know the perfect analogy for this.
Anyway,
I know the
That
perfect
encompass
analogy.
a lot of different
We
specific
are like-
orientations and identities other
Ah,
than
the
the
shit right
definition of
Oh my
homosexual.
god, it looks so
But a
ugly.
lot of Japan's words for gay people are English loanwords, including the term for
God.
lesbian. But the perceptions of lesbians in Japan are unfortunately
sure there's a
associated
lot
with
of
the hypersexual
fully
depiction in
covered
Yuri.
Muslim women.
So maybe it's because the word being used is homosexual. That could possibly explain Urabuchi's hedging response and why he felt the need to clarify that their relationship wasn't sexual. But in a 1996 interview with Naoko Takaguchi from an Italian magazine, which, I will be clear, I don't have a credible source for, the magazine does exist and Sailor Moon is on the cover, but I can't verify its contents other than like one person's blog post. But I'm using this example
Then this means
because,
nothing.
allegedly, Takaguchi uses extremely similar wording to Urabuchi, but in her case, she clarifies that it is special and it is a homosexual love instead of countering it. So, I don't know, Urabuchi.
let's read this. What is she talking about? The relationship between Haruka and Michiru is quite special. I think the most important feeling in the world is friendship. The friendship between them is so strong that it becomes love. There's not only heterosexual love, but there also can be a homosexual love, in this case between 2 girls. That sounds
No,
fine.
there's just love.
That sounds
Like, friendship is just
So,
friendship.
but if it's friendship, then that doesn't have. That's not a sexual
What the
element.
fuck is
That's-
a homosexual friendship?
If friendship is irrelevant of sex,
this is fine. This is nothing. I mean,
Almost.
if she's complaining about they're using the words, the confusing words, yeah, do you know how many meanings the word love has
yeah,
just in English or in German?
I love my cat. I'm not fucking it.
this is fine. This is the creator just saying, hey, there's lots of different relationships. They like each other so much, it's love, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm not saying it.
So you had to and you had to dig for a source about something Japanese in an Italian magazine that is only allegedly existing.
But even then, this gives us.
That is yeah, fuck off
But this,
Noralities.
but this gives us nothing new that we didn't already know about the show.
Mhm.
It's like, yes, the creator created them that way. That's what we saw on the screen. Yes.
Yeah, and she wants to twist the words now to mean that in Madoka they're also homosexual, so that the 10-year-old girls are fucking each other.
Oh, God. Anyway.
But in her case, she clarifies that it is special and it is a homosexual love instead of countering it. So, I don't know.
What don't you
Is this
know?
the difference
Oh, I don't
in
know again.
attitudes?
Why are we doing this?
What don't you know? They just spelled it out for you. We all read it. What was the problem? What the hell is wrong with this
All it
girl?
was his.
This other person
Problem
who's
was
not
is
the
that-
first person I was referring to said something opposite. It's like, what? Yeah? So? Person A said something different than
She
person
just
B. Oh my
deliberately-
god.
She is digging desperately for any sort of clue to justify that characters in another anime are also sexually active with each other. Or sexually attracted to each other instead of just loving each other like family.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Towards Yuri culture being a new thing in the 90s versus Yuri culture in 2013, which has these connotations of being hypersexual. Is this just
It's also
That's why again.
They're not blood related.
What is?
But it's still a stepsister.
What is hypersexual about Citrus aside from they hug each other?
Oh, it's in the sense that
There's
it is
breasts.
taboo because it's a stepsister with a sister, so it is a form of incest. And the stepsister is basically not asking for consent. She forces herself.
So that's hypersexual.
How is that hyper? What is
I
hypersexual
don't-
about that?
I don't know.
I guess maybe
I
not,
think
but
it's just
it's basically
another word for
porno, though.
aggressive.
No. Hyper works in the sense of hyper realistic, which is a style of drawing or design that looks realistic but turned up to 21, where you have the hyper buff men and the hyper beautiful women. And the lighting is over the top, and everything is to the extreme.
Yeah, that's the visual definition. The standard definition for people is just you have a high libido, which is not a big deal. But if that's the case, it would be smut. You would be watching some sort of ecchi anime or reading some ecchi manga, and that would be that. Oh, that's the genre. Like, fine, whatever. That's what you want to read. Go for
but
it.
then it's just hentai.
Well, that's one step below hentai, I guess. I don't know.
But look, ecchi cannot be hypersexual. There's no hypersexual ecchi sounds like an oxymoron.
No. The concept, like, depending which definition you're using, I was just referring to a high libido. So if you have a high libido character, you can express that visually, or you could always be as we said, the obsessive weirdo in the back of the room who's always like, I want to get it on with the main character, but they never do because it's goofy and silly. So
I still don't think that works right. That fits.
Either way, she's not defining the term.
Or is it just you trying to make sense of?
No,
what
she's not defining the term. We have no idea what she's talking about. Hypersexual, does that mean like gigantic legs and boobs and genitals? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I would understand that as, maybe.
Maybe.
Like Naga in Slayers, she has a hypersexual design because her proportions actually don't make sense.
Yeah.
The way she dresses and everything. But that's on purpose. She is an over the top drama character. She's in a way she is a comic relief character. So there I could accept the term.
Yeah, I think
but
she's
not
using
what
this
she's talking about.
Yeah, she's using this term.
She just calls everything that is sexual hypersexual, and where the sexual stuff is missing, she calls it pure.
Yeah.
So there's only pure, so non-sexual, and hypersexual. There's nothing in between. There's only black and white extremes.
There could actually be sex scenes in the Citrus manga. I have no idea. And to her, that might be hypersexual. But then you didn't just use the proper term.
Yeah, but then it's just sexual.
Then just say sex. Yeah.
Yeah, this is another hallmark of narcissism. Black and white thinking. Everything is extremes. There is no nuance. There's no capability for nuance.
Yeah, well.
She may understand different categories, but she doesn't understand nuance.
Yeah. Anyway, this is like listening to someone give a thesis, which is so biased and without reference that you're just like, oh, well, they had nudes in ancient Greece, therefore they had lots of orgies. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's bizarre. Anyway.
Oh, look. Wait. Stop.
What?
Completely missed the text on the screen.
Oh, God.
Completely missed the text on the screen.
Versus Yuri culture in 2013, which has these connotations of being hypersexual. Is this just straight up queerbaiting?
So here's the interview. Is Homura in love with Madoka? Answer: probably. Question: why did you choose to portray a homosexual love? Answer, I don't think it is that special. A really strong friendship turns into a love-like relationship without the sexual attraction in their case, which makes it not a homosexual love. It makes it just love as in family. It makes it storge or agape. It doesn't make it eros. When we talk about homosexuality, we talk about eros. We talk about the sexual component. The sexual component is not present here. The author himself says it. It's on the screen. Noralities, it's on the screen that this is not homosexual because there's no sexual attraction. It's the author saying that. Does that get into your head, you fucking pedophile? Anyone disagree with me?
No, I don't disagree.
It's right on the screen. So I don't care.
I just want it really badly to be what she wants it to be.
Yeah, Mephistophelia would also be fine, but in that case, if it goes beyond that, it's kind of one of the other two that is a level higher. Philia is just friendship. Theirs is that more like it's friendship on the level of caring about each other as if family, as if they were sisters, let's say.
I would go so far as to say maybe even a war buddy because she went through hell every day.
Yeah.
Because every day was hell and it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and that creates family-like bonds.
Yeah, obsession and protection, all this stuff.
That is beyond friendship.
Yeah.
Okay. It's beyond friendship, but not sexual.
All right. Yeah, I agree.
It feels like queerbaiting.
It's not.
But then, with that in mind, if we look back at this list of sapphic magical girl anime from the 2000s and 2010s, a lot of them could be interpreted as just bosom buddies because it's just plausible enough. The only two entries on this list that are 100% confirmed gay are Flip Flappers and Yuri Kuma Arashi, which, you guessed it, is directed by
about one that's
man
not actually being
Kunihiko
gay.
Ikuhara, and is literally a critique of the depictions of both predatory lesbians and the tropes established by Class S literature. This is why explicit queer representation is so important,
Why?
and why token representation, like the myriad of Disney's first gay characters, are so incredibly frustrating for gay people.
I don't care about
Because
representation.
unlike straight characters, where all
You're
you
not
have
gay,
to do is show
Noralities,
them
you're
looking
just
deeply into each other's
creepy.
eyes for a few seconds to convince the audience that they're in love, queer characters are stuck in this realm of plausible deniability until explicitly shown
I'm
otherwise.
sorry. I would like to say most of the Disney things are based off of pre-existing stories, so we already know that these people fall in love. They're just readapting them to the modern age.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that for
Whereas
one.
these new stories they're making, we don't really know anything about them. So it is more weird when all they're doing is looking into each other's eyes and falling in love.
Yeah. And Noralities that you need, and your other narcissistic fetishists need to be shown the actual act. That is your problem. Because you are never satisfied unless you are told that it is gay. You are the ones who are never satisfied. You want to be told. You want the reassurance. You're asking for it constantly. You've done it in this video where you complained about that certain things aren't obvious enough, that you can't tell, that you don't know because the actual thing isn't happening. You are complaining about the very thing now that you wanted. This is what I mean. You can't please her. Just defenestrate her, for fuck's sake.
Okay. 5 minutes left.
Like, I can pick up on the queer subtext in Luca from a mile
No!
away because I'm already tuned into it.
No, this is proof you're a pedophile. This.
Yeah.
There is no homosexual subtext here. You're a pedophile.
Why can't kids just be friends, just care about one another?
The author had to come out and say there is no homosexual subtext here. You're creepy people. So you don't. You only care about what the author says if it's in your favor. If the author doesn't speak in your favor, you ignore the author. Even about Madoka, even when it's on screen, when you put it on screen, you ignore it because you don't even understand what homosexuality is.
Okay,
you don't understand what love is, like the other said before. You're disgusting.
Here is Alex Halo. Hey, Alex. Wait. Series Ilya was in that list. Miu is confirmed being gay, and 3 gay characters in that show. And she hasn't watched them all. That is proof. Yeah, I know. I mentioned that yesterday. The Fate Ilya Magical Girl series. I thought there was only 1, but apparently there's 3. You would know better, of course, Alex. So. Yeah, I don't know. She doesn't watch the popular stuff, or only the popular stuff she likes to watch? I don't know. Well, is Ilya popular, or is the Ilya Magical Girl show popular? I don't even know how many views it got. It has a lot of seasons, though, so it went on for a while.
I'm just at the point that yeah.
I think she skims through the shows just to see the gay stuff.
That's all.
Key point.
You mean that the way how women read porn?
Think about it.
Books.
Think about watching Fate. Fate is pretty hard to get into. You have to what the hell is going on? Who are these characters? Why are they teleporting? And blah blah blah. With the Magical Girl one, it's basically a slice of life with Ilya and another telling of, Shiro's a big brother kind of character, and he's only in it later on. And I haven't watched a lot of it, so I can't say exactly what's going on. But it's very they're cards, and you download the cards into yourself or something, and you become the servant. And it's a very different telling of the Fate series, but using the same characters. So the romance or the loving aspect is not that. It's used again as the joke character. It's always that person's sort of obsessing over Ilya. So. Anyway,
it's just after this Luca statement of her here right now. I just hope the feds raid her fucking computer and check if she has child porn on it.
Anyway,
like real child porn, or the draw stuff.
It's all anime child porn.
I hope she gets locked up for the 3 months these pedophile judges in the United States would give her, instead of the 10 she deserves.
All right, here's the Cyric. Cyric, what are you doing? Give me money. I thought you were gonna pop on. I guess not. Cyric was wrong about Ryoko yesterday. I remembered by looking at the suit again. She was in a fit of madness set about by her mother. She was insane in the moment until Nudist Beached helped me out. Ryuko? What anime is that?
Kill.
What anime is that?
Kill la Kill, I think.
Oh. So she was or wasn't gay? I don't know.
No, she wasn't gay, but she was trying to help.
No.
She was helping.
Instead of trying to harm, she was trying to help.
Oh, okay. There we go. I gotcha. Now I remember what you were talking about. Okay. That headache's not going away, guys. Okay. You're still watching this stuff. All right. Let's go.
I'm starving for representation, but...
Okay.
Somebody please slap her.
This is so sad.
Some people will never see it unless it's stated very clearly. And if the representation is...
What the fuck are you got? Wait, so...
What was that metaphor supposed to mean?
So because the 2 old ladies in the village were the fish people as well, you want...
Are they gay too now, or was this just an attempt at a metaphor for, people will only see them monsters if they reveal themselves?
And the monsters represents what she desires, which is more gay representation. And that had monster representation or something? I don't... What it... Anyway, I don't know. I can't answer this person's mental state or thought process because she's not telling us.
So insignificant,
she is fetishizing the gay. She wants gay people everywhere.
There you go. It's so insignificant, it doesn't mean anything. I'm not saying there's no room for nuance and subtle writing in gay romances.
You don't know what nuance is.
If you don't include it explicitly, you're leaving the door open for people to say that it isn't there at all.
Maybe, because It isn't.
Yeah, maybe because you are projecting it everywhere, especially on children, you disgusting piece of crap. I hope she never has any.
Can you imagine her having kids?
She's gonna tell them that they're gay.
Yeah.
When they're 3 years old, she's gonna tell them, you are homosexual, you must make out with each other.
And plus, do we need a director or writer every time a thing is made to explain to these left-leaning nut jobs, no, they're not homosexual, in case you weren't paying attention to the actual story. No, they didn't have sex. No, there's nothing like that in the movie. It's for kids. You creepy weirdos.
I think they should. I think the creators should insult these people more. Not just tell them that they're wrong and obsessive, but also that they're fucking creepy.
That would be helpful.
And sound like pedophiles.
Yeah. I have nothing against like grown adults liking kids stuff like My Little Pony or
that's not a problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not a problem.
It's when they start talking about, well, is they really into each? Are they like are they like gay lover robots? Like what kind of relationship does Optimus Prime have with? Like it's like what the freaking hell is wrong with you? Like that is a problem at that point. So there's a limit to this obsession with the kid stuff that I'm a little skeptical of. Anyway.
But all right. Remember what happened with Sailor Moon?
No.
Sailor Moon wouldn't be classified as Yuri from a Western perspective, but it has been acclaimed by Yuri fans because it had enough substantial...
Wait, so the obsessive
What?
compulsive
You can't claim...
That means it
I hate that
also wasn't classified as Yuri in Japan.
So the Monster Truck fans of Sailor Moon claim it as a Monster Truck anime. That's fantastic. Thank you.
I hate the claiming things. You cannot take an entire fandom.
This is so retarded. The fans say it's X, therefore they claim it as it's like, no, you can't do that.
We are a minority of the fan group, and therefore it's ours now.
I am a fan of...
Go away, normal fans.
Of long legs on girls, and the girls in Sailor Moon are like 5 foot nothing, right? They're like tiny, but they're drawn to be long-legged, right? So therefore, it's a long-legged model-esque European-style female power trip or something. I'm like, what the fuck you... I claim Sailor Moon as the thing I like. Like, what the hell? You're not conquering a hidden island in the middle of the ocean. What the hell is this?
lesbian themes that it resonated with them. And coming at it from that perspective, if there is enough of a queer reading on Madoka Magica, and trust me, there is.
No, that's we went over that. That's you're a fetishist.
But
You're disgusting pedophile fetishist.
There are more straight people than there are gay people, so I think we win. Well, they win.
And in Magical Madoka as well. There's more straight people than gay people. Yeah. So I really want her to get the gayest anime in the world, so she could say how awful it is.
Yeah, in the chat. I watched the show, therefore it's mine. Yeah, that's also narcissistic thinking.
All the gay people together, all the queer people together in the United States is barely 5%. And that's just identifying, not
that's
actually being...
That's a high estimate.
That's a high estimate. So you're not the majority of anything.
I really want the gayest possible, like get every homosexual character in the story, main, secondary, tertiary, whatever, and they're just gay. And their whole job is to have gay sex. That's the whole story. They're hooking up with this person or that person, and I want her to appreciate that. I want to see how much she would love a story like that. How amazing the story would go. I'm being facetious, of course, because obviously that story would suck. But if that's what she wants, let's go for that. Someone make that. I'm sure they're going to spend hours and hours and months making a 3-part series about God knows what else. But everyone's gay.
May I point out that her picture here is again creepy. Yeah. Creepy and condescending. Like she's fantasizing about something sexual again.
I'm so right.
Someone whose art is shit, I do think it's slightly improving on hers, but she actually has training.
Didn't she commission all of these?
No, this is her.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
She has an art degree.
I know she draws herself, but I thought she had commissioned all of these avatars for her videos.
Anyway, hopefully she's going to have a nice little 2-minute Patreon bullshit at the end, because I don't want to watch any more of this.
The last episode has them tenderly embracing while naked in space. It's not exactly subtle.
It is subtle. It's in space, you retard. What do you think happens in space? Everything just gets... We're breathing. Everyone's...
Magic space clothes?
When you have...
They're basically spirits here. These are the spiritual forms.
This is...
It's very normal for the spirits to be naked in a lot of mythologies. You're not supposed to have shame anymore.
A lot of these crazy animes, when they fight at the end of a story, it's all these big explosions and animation. Everyone's flying in the air. None of this makes any sense. It's all metaphorical. There's no understanding of power levels and limits and what they can and can't do. It's supposed to be that way, especially when you're talking about Revolutionary Girl Utena, when you're talking about Sailor Moon and those giant fight scenes. Like, you don't know where up is and where are they in the universe, what setting there are.
I would like to state that the anime in the background, I distinctly remember bits of it. I know the dark hair one is a predatory one.
Oh.
And I don't know why you're glorifying actual predatory ones.
Yeah, she wants more
She's a predator.
lesbians, regardless of what they are, exactly. Yeah. For some reason. Representation is good. Is that her only shtick that we can make sense of? She likes not heterosexual people?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't... Nothing else makes any other sense that she likes or wants to see more of, or I don't know.
She wants more fab material and she wants it shoved in her face. She doesn't want to have to go look for it.
Yeah, something like that.
Then, authorial intent or not, it can still be a Yuri work if it has been claimed by the Yuri community.
No!
That's not how it works! You can't just take something.
You don't claim shit.
You're not an army. You're not a nation. You can't take things.
See, by the way, these are all public service announcement. These are all communists that are against property. Yet she is claiming stuff for the gay.
So if we all went on Twitter and said that we claim Madoka Magica as a MAGA thing, would that work?
I would take all their gay fan art and I would just put MAGA hats on all of them, and whatever.
Then it's and then they don't want to touch it anymore because it has the MAGA cooties.
Everything they draw or I don't know make screen caps of, we just put the hat on and we just copy the post. 1 to 1.
But like in place of a censor bar, just put the MAGA hat.
That's everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. You just make Trump memes with Madoka.
That's awesome.
That's that.
It's the only sense I can make out of this nonsense because it's so silly.
And oh boy, has it. So, if this is a
some guy made a post on some website, therefore, oh boy, it certainly is gay now. That's great. Thank you, Noralities. That's brilliant.
I bet she's rubbing herself while she's reading this. This part of her script.
Case of Schrodinger.
She sounds exasperated.
The most concrete answer to a character being gay from the word of God is probably. Then it is equally plausible to say that they are definitely gay until.
What?
The word probably does not mean definitely. Because those are two different words.
She is actively turning this right now in if it is possible that it is gay, then it is only not gay if you explicitly state that it's not gay. That's the argument she's trying to make right now. This is insanity and obsession. This is the obsession with a fetish. She needs therapy. Seriously.
Oh boy, has it. So, if this is a case of Schrodinger's gay, and the most concrete answer to a character being gay from the word of God is probably,
no,
then
that's
it is
I don't remember that
to say that
going
they are
that way.
definitely gay until explicitly proven otherwise.
He just
No, that's
proved
not how
it.
that works, you fucking asshole.
No.
He just said it's probably. It does not mean yes or no. It means whatever. It's possible, but that's not the point of the frickin' story.
See, this is why the Florida bill is right. So that people like you
And God
do
bless
not
him.
get access to children and talk to them about gay shit all the fucking time. And can be innocent for a few years and not be bothered by all the insanity that people like you are making up. Fucking hell.
Schrodinger's gay. What a dumb. Is he or is he not gay? I don't know. Ask him.
If anything, Schrodinger's gay is a critique of what these assholes are doing all the time. They will claim something is gay unless you explicitly state that it's not. Which is, by the way, the exact reason why characters in the past got their token girlfriends. Just so that the conservative audience could be sure that the male or female friendship in a show or in a movie is definitely not homosexual.
That's where Batwoman came from.
All right. Anyway.
And these people are doing the exact same thing.
We are almost done.
So it was so on that and due to that fact, I suppose the conservatives were right to worry. You, Noralities, you just proved the conservatives to be right to worry because this is exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. If there's such a thing as heteronormative, then there's such a thing as the gay agenda.
Yeah, with allies like you, with protectors, activists, and friends like you, one does not need enemies.
All right, let's continue.
I don't know, it feels really disingenuous to praise Madoka Magica as being one of the best Yuri works of the century when the authors are still hedging about whether or not it's even actually gay.
Oh, you don't say!
Y'all understand why that sucks, right? Right now, the series is currently still ongoing, so who knows? It might turn out alright. But it's just a lot of talk about gal pals from the head writer for me to be very hopeful. I know it probably seems silly to be this worked up about whether two fictional characters are in love or not, but for better or worse, like Uranus and Neptune, Homura and Monika's relationship is probably going to affect the way that the rest of sapphic romances are portrayed in magical girl anime for a while.
What are you talking about? Is this some like Hallmark moment in anime? No, we've had gay relationships for decades. What the flying hell are you talking about?
Nobody knows.
Whatever.
Nobody.
Because this franchise has already significantly altered the landscape of the magical girl genre entirely.
Yes, the genre, not the gay elements. It's just little flavor, if anything. A nuance even. Barely represented. You are projecting so hard.
Nina Morales actually goes a bit more in depth into this issue in their article, The Metamorphosis of the Magical Girl Genre, and explains in detail that while the genre was mostly feminist and female empowerment driven, since Madoka Magica's success, a lot of series being produced
most authors men?
Citation needed.
Exercise in misery and suffering for their female characters. And thank God someone else took the time to put it into words, because I knew I hadn't.
Now feminism has claimed magical girls, which it in the West has always denounced because it's sexualizing the girls. Sorry, Naola.
We need.
I was going to say, don't feminists usually oppose things that focus on femininity?
Yes. Now they claim they make the magical girls. Wonderful.
I doubt that article had anything to do with sexuality.
I doubt that article has had anything to do with reality.
Well, definitely not for her argument, at least.
I've been vibing with a lot of new magical girl anime, but I couldn't put my finger on why. So whether the series continues to treat Madoka and Homura as the ambiguously gay duo, or decides to own its queer themes with pride, for now, only time will tell. While anime has sort of failed to live up to the expectations set by the previous generation, recently...
What do you...
I have no idea what she just said.
What previous generation was watching anime going, I wish it were more whatever? Like my dad and my mom,
the only time I ever look back at old things, say I wish it was better, was just the animation. Like 80s stuff usually had bad animation. Because of the short budget.
Yeah, I mean that would have been nice, but some 80s stuff was really good. So I mean,
some of it.
Yeah, like what aspirations did we have for anime in the 80s and 90s?
I'm just looking back of cartoons I watched, like the Winx Club, bad animation.
Okay. I was thinking like Robotech.
I wish the first season of Lupin had better animation.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But all the stuff from the 70s and 80s are pretty low quality anyway. It doesn't matter where it was from. Yeah. I don't think that was really an argument, though. Like some of it, like He-Man was pretty bad. G.I. Joe had some bad frames, but you know.
It was funny, though.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was awesome. Yeah.
It was hilarious. I loved it.
I remember G.I. Joe bumper that accidentally played the Transformers.
I want Skeletor villains again. Like, people who fully embrace being villains. I'm tired of this sympathizing with the villain.
Mm-hmm.
They were great. Hammier the villain, the better.
I would find it funnier.
We need the Mumras of this world again.
I would find it funnier to go the, no, it would be funnier if it's like, oh, they're so deep and oh, I guess it was just all for naught. They were just fucking with the hero.
Yeah,
I'd rather go that route.
If you're immortal, and you're a crazy, retarded mummy who keeps coming out of a sarcophagus, you get bored. So you probably just mess around with the Thundercats all the time. Anyway.
Yeah, or at least Rita Repulsa, who's evil on the moon, sending her goons to Earth and making them big.
Yeah, that's funny. Alex Halo, what do you got to say, sir? The male-female otakus and feminists hate each other. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
This is everybody hates feminists.
Yeah, usually the feminists are whining everything's too sexual.
But they're trying to worm themselves into Japan now.
Oh God, and it's not going to work.
This is why they're building up these fake narratives where they're rewriting history into actually the strong female characters, those are a product of our activism of feminism and socialism, which comes then as in the dragnet. And yeah, that's how they do it. They rewrite history, and the next generation, if enough people have heard of the bullshit, then believes, oh yeah, that must have been how it was because that's what it reads everywhere, even though it's not true.
All right, we have 2 minutes left. I hope she just has a bunch of dumb credits in her stupid song.
There's been a huge surge in Western magical girl media made by people who either grew up on or were influenced by Sailor Moon and Revolutionary Girl.
All of them have been
holding out the hand is inspired.
Where? What's this surge? I've never seen it. This is nothing more than a niche audience of fangirls or fanboys or whomever on fanfic.net or on, I don't know, pick any of those artstation.com sites posting their drawings. That's all this is, which happens every goddamn day. It has nothing to do with there's a surge of content related to this niche. It's like or other parts of the internet have way larger content being published every day. Shonen anime, for example. So no, there's no resurgence that I've ever seen as of late.
Oh, Ego Dreamer. The actress of Rita Repulsa is still at conventions once in a while. She's not dead. And I've heard she's quite a nice person. I just keep forgetting. I'm just horrible with names.
That's nice.
Yeah, someone even got me an autograph from her, but hasn't sent it yet because the shipping cost is like $40.
The fuck?
Oh, God.
Yeah, from US to Europe, and now I've lost contact with the guy.
Oh, that's
which is annoying already because the autograph itself cost money, and he hadn't given me an address for that. So like, I don't know.
All right, let's go.
Utena, such as Steven Universe, She-Ra,
Fuck
and
Steven
Owl
Universe,
House.
and all they're all
They
shit.
are,
The Owl House
shockingly,
is sort of okay.
very gay and monumentally important for LGBT representation.
But they're all
They're only important for you crazy pedophile fuckheads, and this is the perfect frame to stop on for that.
They're child code. That's actual child coding.
Yeah, you invented the word coding. This is that. You're pedophiles, for fuck's sake.
Listen, I know they're short people, but they have different
the mature gay people and the mature trans people. They don't need all your fucking disgusting shit. We never needed any of it.
Pretty sure the last image was two sisters. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, Katra and She-Ra are sisters.
Yeah, and they just halfway through, I guess they just dropped that they were just stepsisters there, so now romance?
Yeah.
Are they 5,000-year-old lolis now?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, let's get off this.
Overall, have been much more progressive than anything similar being produced in Japan.
But if the representation is bad, then won't that
current
make a
state of
negative
magical girls
feeling
and
to
what
most people?
happened. Sailor Moon did it, if not first, the loudest and with the most shockwaves, and ended up having a major influence on both the magical girl and...
No one gave a fuck. What are you talking about?
It was just a show.
There was all kinds of pretty girls in that show. These were no different than any other, really.
After people didn't even get it.
No cartoon has ever made shockwaves.
I don't.
Well, Transformers made a character named Shockwave.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's a point.
And Yuri genre. Because Sailor Moon was something that I grew up with, its existence was something that I kind of just always took for granted. Like, I knew that it was a big deal, but I definitely lacked the context as to why it was. So, yeah, I just think that's neat. And if you've actually...
So why was it a big deal?
You know, what confuses me? You're saying, Noralities, you're saying that it's progressive. That the gay shit is progressive. You know what the progressives 100 years thought about the gays? They thought they should all be put into gas chambers.
To end their suffering.
Yeah, they thought they were degenerate. And it's not just the brown progressives, also the red progressives under Stalin. They also hated the gays.
It's
Che
fun watching
Guevara hated the gays. He was very progressive. You might remember him from a certain island called Cuba.
It's very fun watching gay Marxists. Not a single Marxist nation to date has treated gays as equal.
You're nothing but useful idiots. You're cannon fodder. You're cannon fodder for the revolution. Nothing else. Afterwards, they won't keep you around because you're useless. You won't make new workers. You won't make new soldiers. You're dead ends.
Yeah.
That's why.
All right. 1 minute.
Made it all the way through this video? Wow, thanks. I hope you enjoyed it.
No.
I'm absolutely sure that there's stuff I missed or wasn't able to get around to, but if the goal of these videos were to be a totally comprehensive experience, they would never end, and I need to sleep.
You're telling me you need more time to be comprehensive? Are you out of your damn mind?
You don't need to make it longer, Noralities. You just need to think it through.
Jesus Christ.
If you were capable of that.
Guys, if only she had an hour, she would have made more sense. Oh.
Don't you love it when these people go, you know what, I could talk about why this is this thing, but you know what, the video's already short, so we have to you have to wait about, like, God knows how long for me to make an hour-long video to actually make the real thing instead of this thing.
It's like, hey, maybe I should have made this in the first place and made another video. Oh, no, it's not good enough. Okay. Thanks, Noralities. It really makes me feel special.
Fall into coma.
Right now. These essay-type videos require a lot more research and editing and just way more time put into them. And because of the support of my absolutely amazing patrons, I'm able to put the extra time I need into these videos and get them up to a standard that not only I'm pleased with, but I also think that you'll enjoy. So
you have a standard?
She has an obnoxious voice. Everything is this cutesy, kid-like, songy, sing-songy nonsense. She rambles. She shows examples without meaning. She doesn't shut up about how, it's so progressive. It doesn't matter what it is.
She contradicts herself. She's oxymoronic.
Yeah. She has evidence that disproves her own values. It's
on screen.
It's bizarre. It's like, what are you doing with your time, lady?
Certainly not thinking.
I'd like to give
Noralities,
a thank you to my patrons.
go to sleep and stay asleep
because
forever.
And a warm welcome to
Be
my
the
new
bad
patrons.
ending. The sleep
Jesus.
is
Emily
just
Thompson,
dead in her
Robert
sleep.
Griffin,
Red gives her money.
Tiger,
Red is giving her money, for
Ruther.
fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, she actually does? Shit.
Yes. Scroll back
It's made
in time.
possible because of you.
If
And
that
a
is
warm
D-Red,
welcome
I just
it's
read.
red
to
there
my
on the
new
left.
patrons.
That has got to be red.
Emily Sampson, Robert
Oh, God, she's reading them all out.
She's reading it like a creepy bedtime story. Just Robert
Thank you so much.
Patton.
Alright, I'm sending out, and I just want to let you know that everything is going to be okay.
Oh, fuck off.
No, it's not.
Not
You're
while
lying.
you were around.
You're lying.
Liar.
No. Noralities, while people
Fine.
like you are around, we need to keep a watchful eye on our children.
Sleep with a shotgun at night so this bitch doesn't crawl into your room.
Flintlock pistol.
All right, let's see what we got here. Wisp, what is that?
I don't know. I'm not on the
The
tab yet.
7 chakras? What the hell?
Oh no, that was a reply to a meme from yesterday. That has nothing to do with today.
Lego Wisp with a Tommy gun. Cool.
Wait, but what?
Lego Smud and Shepherd. Oh, cool. That's not neat.
Where's the server? I have too many DMs.
She's way too unrealistic. Do men actually expect women to look like this? I must head to the gym at this very moment to look like him. Yes. Too buff for this world. Yeah.
But do you guys like the Legos?
They're okay. I like them.
They're fun.
SJW is going into horror anime like... What is that? This show contains scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. It won't be that bad. And then we... Oh.
And you're rushing through them today.
Triggered. Oh, God. Yeah. SJW retards hating on Uzaki because of her unrealistic body proportion. Meanwhile, Pixar... okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy, whatever that is.
That
It's like
looks
snake.
painful.
It's a snake lady.
I don't know what that is.
Jesus.
That is
Dad,
that is actually creepy.
Dad, what's a queer bait? Son, I'll tell you about liberals when you get older. That's great. Oh. Fantastic. Congratulations, you did it, Noralities, for a record-breaking amount of Strawmans just now. Good Thanks, Good Dragon. That's fantastic. That should be the thumbnail. Me watching a Noralities video. This dumb take. I just reached out my hand and somehow he ran into it. Noralities. Anyone underage. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it would be.
Good evening,
I think it would be better
godless
if it was that
sodomites.
old man from Family Guy.
Nice. Good evening, godless son.
Good evening, godless sodomite.
The femcel. Oh no.
There we go.
I found it funny.
Single hair obnoxiously out of place, bags in her eyes from staying up all night watching Downton Abbey marathon.
Why would you watch Downtown Abbey?
Maybe not in the middle of the night, but it's a good show. I wouldn't watch it straight. It's kind of obsessive. Legs grow stubble immediately upon exiting the shower. Okay. Justice for Pepe. Oh, yeah.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Okay, Jesus. I get it. Yeah, it's a great video. I'll watch it later.
Oh my god,
Oh, jeez. Thank you. Well, Smud, you said it. Here is the movie. The Color of the Gay. I can't remember what I said, but thank you, I guess. I don't know. Wispy like people I want to punch in the face. Yeah, I know. When you see it, you will shit magical
Oh,
bricks.
dear.
Yeah.
See-
Creepy.
Is that an actual frame or no?
No, I think it was edited.
Okay.
Look at this manganime I found.
Manganime.
Pal, you know this kind of manganime normalized pedophilia, right? Did she ever talk about pedophilia?
Yes, she complains about the big boobs on the girls in Kobayashi.
Oh.
And she thinks that's pedophilia, while and of course Kana.
Here's another great
She draws gay shit about characters that are underage.
Yeah. I don't like them putting love in the water, turning all the freaking magic girls gay. It's great. The four loves: Eros, Phileos, Storge, and Agape.
Yeah.
Get your gay umbrella out of there. Yeah.
Swish it.
Yeah, that's a perfectly
Where it
good umbrella.
belongs.
Yeah, it's a perfectly good umbrella, but because the whatever groups
Rainbow had.
took it,
I'm sorry, umbrella.
it's annoying. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and that is Madoka? I don't know. Could be.
That's Homura.
Yes.
Oh, it's Homura. Okay. What do we got here? We got a bunch of chicks, and then they all die.
Madoka again.
I don't know.
Jesus.
More Madoka.
Yeah, Jesus. Okay. Our gay media. Oh, God. Bisexual Schrodinger's gay. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. Good God.
Oh,
It
God.
is a thing. Yeah, it is. I know, it is a thing. Many sexual orientations, straight, gay, lesbian, etc. Don't forget Schrodinger's gay, too. Yeah.
Wait, but it's a cop out of a definite. Okay.
What is happening? Oh, my God. What happened here?
Be anything.
Oh,
Says
you made
anything.
this?
Yes.
This implies she was already in the
Wisp
hospital and
will
Wisp was
die.
like finishing the job.
Just finish it.
Just good night.
Just finish it.
I like this. This is good.
One flew over the
This is
cuckoo's
good
nest.
Okay, guys, we are finished. I need to lay down. And
I need to eat something.
that's a good idea, too. Yeah. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too.
That was painful. I have a headache. And usually we can deal with
You
the
chose
crazy.
this.
No, I didn't. I did not vote for this. This is not my fault.
You wanted to do part 2. There
No,
was
I-
no need to
no, I-
do part
See,
2.
it's-
You wanted it.
I did not say I wanted to do part 2. I asked if anyone wanted to. And you said yes. You were one of them.
No, I didn't say that I wanted to.
Well, then
I
why
was-
are you here? What the hell? What's going on?
Because I won't let you suffer alone.
Oh, really?
Who just wants to hang out?
I just want to hang out, guys. Just watch you all suffer. Okay.
Honestly,
Oh.
I thought it would be like a lot more fun, but it just got depressing.
No, she sucks the fun out of everything. It's kind of sad.
Literally, the image in my head of this is
With
that
Maggie,
Simpsons joke,
with other
Homer's
YouTubers.
Odyssey, where they meet the sirens, and
Okay. Well, I was going to say that with other YouTubers like Maggie Mayfish, she's so goofy and weird that you make fun of her because it's just so silly. With this, it's just so dumb and ignorant, and she's not making any sense, and you're just like, what the frick hell am I watching? What is going on? What are all these references that mean nothing?
Why are people giving her money?
It's a good question, yeah.
That's a good question.
Anyway, I'm going to
Why
try.
are people?
Probably she should-
Why are the people giving her money capable of making money?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave my comment on our video because it's so bad. It deserves a comment. I'll post it on Twitter because I don't know where else to put it. It's just, we did this thing, guys, for 2 days, and my memory of it is going to go away very soon, so I have to list the crazy and warn people. So
Before it will all be repressed.
it'll just be forgotten. I won't repress it. No way. It'll be like Noralities, that crazy fetishist of anything not heterosexual. And that's all I remember. Her arguments didn't exist. Her points didn't exist in the first place. And I don't know if we're going to cover another one of these again because they're so dumb. I kind of like the fact they're about anime, and that's about it, because it's something I can understand.
Are we blackfacing her? Blacklisting?
Yeah, I'd love to blackface her. No, she's not that.
Finally.
No, he said.
Hopefully they're shorter ones, though, but not half an hour long.
It's always the same with Noralities. It just gets more blatant.
Eventually, she's going to come out as a weird cross-dressing whatever.
Non-binary. Oh.
Yeah, whatever she comes up with.
Umbrella.
Yeah, sure.
She comes out and she just, I got my new umbrella surgery, and she's just this horrifying monster.
I don't know.
Oh, you mean her
like in real
true
life?
form is one of these Japanese paper umbrellas with one eye and one foot?
Yokai.
Yes. She's a yokai.
Oh god, that'd be actually horrifying. You see her in the shadows. It's like, I'm beautiful now. It's like, holy shit, what did you do?
All right.
I
Well,
kind of want to know what she looks like in real life now.
No,
I
don't. I don't.
Anyway, that was painful. So thank you guys for suggesting that. I do enjoy Anime Day in general. Hopefully we'll have a fun one next time. But yeah, we're a bit slow on because of skipping Monday, and this is part 2. So Thursday.
Well, it sometimes happens by accident.
We might take a break. I don't know. Who knows what's happening tomorrow? We might be able to need one. At least I know. I could use one. So thank you for the suggestions. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, and continue giving us suggestions and voting. That's very helpful for us to figure out what you want us to cover. And we will see you guys later. Have yourself